Okay, so I didn't realize it during the process because I was a little bit busy, but I ran out of memory during the replacement. This is just going to be, I guess, a short part two then. This is the aftermath. Some mess here. Some things I did notice. Like I said, I've been running this basically a year solid at 110 degrees VRAM. And the thermal pads that I took off, they were actually quite brittle. And I wouldn't know this because I've never handled thermal pads before, save for the fact that I was putting the new ones on. And there was actually a pretty big difference between the new pad and the old pads. Maybe that's just the quality of the pad or a combination of the age of the pad. Like I said, it's literally been running around the clock 24/7, max speed, max heat. So I guess a year is a good replacement time. I'm not sure how much longer they would have done anything. So that was one thing I noticed. I tried to clean off everything as good as I could, and replace everything. And unfortunately, I have many strengths in life. One of them is not accuracy or cleanliness, which is the biggest fear that I had going into this project. I've just something about me. As hard as I will try, I will never measure accurately. I will never cut accurately. I will never clean anything as well as it could be cleaned. This is probably why I've been divorced twice. But yeah, so I've reassembled everything. I put the GPU back in place. The bridge, the support for the GPU was a little tricky to figure out how to put it back. It came out pretty easy, but putting it back under, because it sits right up flush with the GPU, so it prevents the sag, was actually kind of difficult. I didn't want to bend the GPU up too much to fit the bridge under, but at the same time, there's really only one way to put it in. So hopefully I didn't break anything. Again, I was very cautious physically dealing with the GPU. Although if I broke it, GPU prices are coming down, so who knows? Maybe it'll be time to get that 4090 that I keep hearing about. So I'm gonna just follow me to the little setup I have, and I will show you. This will be the first time I turn it on, so I will see if this works in real time. Plugged everything in. All right. This is really I'm a little nervous. Okay. Well, the screen looks different. That's not a good sign. Oh! Oh my God! I literally, that's never happened before. It's never done that. I was convinced that I had broken it, and I had to stop filming immediately so I could call my cousin and ask him what his professional opinion was on wrecking a 3090. Woo! All right. Okay. All right. So it loaded up. That's a really good sign. I don't know what it was doing in the first part, but okay. I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna start NiceHash in a very light mode. See what the temperatures are. And it won't let me adjust it without starting it. I'll start mining, and hopefully it'll let me adjust it down to light. So, mining at light. Seems to be starting normally. Temperatures and everything, 94 megahash. I mean, it is light. Fan hasn't turned on yet. I'm gonna monitor for a bit. I'll make some updates. Okay, so quick update. It's been going for about 10 minutes now. I'm sure that fan's loud actually. It's been going for about 10 minutes now. The fan's kicked in. It's hashing around 101 mega hash. VRAM's 94 degrees Celsius. I never really ran it in light for too much, so I don't actually know what normal light operations are. But I'm gonna go ahead and kick it up to the next level and hope things don't explode. All right, got another about 10 minutes or so on medium. You can see. Hashing about 115 mega hash at around 98 degrees Celsius on the VRAM. I'm optimistic because that's only about 5 mega hash away from high and 12 degrees cooler. So let's check it out. Let's go high. Let's go high and see what happens. All right, this is incredible. I couldn't be happier with how this turned out. I've been going another 10 minutes or so on high. And I'm getting 120 mega hash, and the VRAM is sitting at a cool 100 degrees Celsius. That's a full 10 degrees Celsius cooler than I was running it for the past year solid. So that is, I'm absolutely thrilled with that. It's actually so much better. There is another level to go higher that I've never been able to use. It just immediately crashes the computer. So I'm actually gonna do it right now and just keep filming in case it crashes it again. There's no need to update. If it doesn't immediately crash, I'll let it try going for another 10 minutes and seeing where I get. Okay, so now we are mining at extreme. Jumped 2 degrees, it's at 102 degrees Celsius. Doesn't seem to be unstable. Although the hash has fallen to around 115. I know this starts to thermo throttle around 110 degrees Celsius, which it's not at, so I'm kind of curious as to why it would be throttling down. Maybe it just has to warm up. Alright, well it's back up to 120 mega hash, 102 degrees. Alright, I'm gonna let this run for a little bit and see, maybe there's just no difference. Alright, so last update. It crashed pretty soon after I switched it to Extreme. So Extreme's unstable still. I don't think it's because of the temperature though, because like I said, I've put it in the past up to 110 forever, straight, solid, and it never thermo throttled or had stability issues. So getting to 102 degrees Celsius and then crashing, not sure what's going on. Maybe it just jumps too quick to register before it crashes. I don't know. But I set it back to high, let it run another 10 minutes. It's fine and stable. It's steady as a rock. Again, 120 mega hash, almost 121 mega hash, 100 degrees Celsius. So 10 degrees fully cooler. Couldn't be happier. It really didn't do very much. I replaced the thermal pads, and I
sprayed a little bit extra thermal paste into one of the gaps that didn't have anything, and so it made a huge difference. So yeah, really super impressed. If you guys have been running your card for a year or so and you're starting to see high temps, swap out the pads. Again, I actually, my pads, my temperatures were 110 degrees from the start. So, yeah, maybe the pads weren't as good as people say. So, yeah, made a big difference. 10 degrees was way more than I was expecting. All right, turtles.